Hello folks. I realise this is probably old news to everyone else watching, but I only discovered this today. My Sky Q box can receive Spotify from my phone. Hold on, got to pause it now. Sky Q box can receive Spotify from my phone. How did I not know about this? I knew I could send it to my computer, I knew I could send it from Apple device to Apple device, but now it can go to my phone. From my phone to the TV. Well, it could already go to the TV. The Sky Q box is important. I am going somewhere with this. The Sky Q box is what's plugged into the surround sound speakers that we never use. So now, can't really do it when he's here because he doesn't like it. But now, when I'm here on my own, just using my phone from anywhere in the house, I can be lying in bed and just think, you know what? It's time for some really loud music to come through the surround sound downstairs. Just put it on, send it to this, and it blasts in this room. I think that's cool. Welcome to the 2010s, Kev. I know. Now, I had decided we were going to stop reading out Andy's book every day. However, today it warrants reading because something's happened, and it's something that previously could have caused a massive problem, but today it hasn't. And it's just another demonstration of the progress that he's made. So, a good day overall. However, there was an incident this afternoon. Andy broke another student's toy and got upset when we asked him to apologise. He does that. He doesn't like to apologise. He started pushing a member of staff and ripping up his work. Andy needed some time out in the sensory room to calm down. That helped Andy to settle down. He apologised for his behaviour and did some lovely handwriting. So, yes, it's far from ideal that he reacted the way he is, that he started pushing staff. That, I mean, it sounds like it's the closest he's come to properly losing it in months. But the important thing is, he was able to calm himself down. We didn't get a phone call, we weren't asked to come and get him. He was completely calm and fine by the time he got home. And not only that, he went back and apologised, which if he doesn't think he's done anything wrong, he will not apologise. That's why this is all kicked off, I assume. He's obviously accidentally broken something, and then because it was an accident, he doesn't understand why he should have to apologise, because he didn't do it on purpose. So then, oh, it's not something I did on purpose, it just happened, why should I apologise? But he's got that out of his system. Yeah, not in the ideal way possible. We'd like to minimise pushing staff and things like that. But then on the flip side, they perhaps, once they get to know him a little bit better, won't push quite so hard for an immediate apology in future. But the important thing is, once he's had time to process it, calm himself down, he's gone back, apologised and got on with work and finished the school day. Never done that before. That's massive. He then wouldn't get out of the taxi when he got home, on a completely unrelated issue, because he couldn't find one of his socks. He always takes his shoes and socks off when he gets in the taxi, or in any car, or anywhere. And he'd lost one of his socks. But after about 10 minutes of searching the taxi for it, we did find the sock, he then put them on, came in the house, absolutely fine. So, yeah, he's alright. You alright? You having a good day?
Yeah.
You happy?
Yes.
I don't really know if I'm now supposed to address what happened at school today. Or do we just leave it now because it's been dealt with? I'm leaning towards leaving it alone, because we don't know who else was involved. We don't know exactly what happened. It's going to be really hard to talk to him about it without being able to give him the facts as he remembers them. So without having the kid's name and the toy that was broken and the time that it happened, I think we probably just have to leave it alone and monitor for any future behaviour along these lines. In other news, Lucy's having her braces fitted today, so she might not be on the vlog for a little while. And Anna she's had an exam today at uni, so she might not be in a very good mood when she gets home. She sent me a couple of Snapchats saying she doesn't think it went very well, so we'll see how she is when she gets home. And Amy is on her final dress rehearsal tonight for her panto. The actual live shows start tomorrow. I'm there tomorrow night. I've got a ticket for tomorrow night. Hopefully I'll be able to film some of it. And she's going to be performing that every night this week. So there's a chance there's not going to be much of a vlog today, because it's basically just going to be me and him. Because Anna might not want to be on. Lucy's definitely not going to want to be on. Amy's not going to be here. So this might be the end. But we'll see how we get on for the rest of the day. Me and Andy might have to... We'll come up with something, won't we? Should we do the vlog, just me and you?
Yeah.
What should we do?
End it.
There you go. That might end up being what we do. Why has the top of this been tampered with?
Because you just
Why is it open? No.
You just took it out.
I was trying to put it back in. You can see clearly it's been opened and tampered with. What have you been up to?
It's been opened.
Have you been rummaging?
No, I put the old boxes back in. So I'll make it again next year.
What?
I'll put this stuff in it for the girls.
Why?
Why not? Reuse, recycle.
Why have you left one over there then?
Because I forgot that one.
I see. Number 6 then.
Which one is that?
This one. Why are you talking weird?
Because I'm tired, Kevin.
She's really happy about how her exam went, by the way. I told this like you had an exam and you were really happy about it.
No, I was ecstatic.
See? She was happy about her exam. It's all good.
Didn't go well.
Only because she did that mistake that people make where you didn't answer every question.
Like, I didn't know the answer.
Doesn't matter.
Does matter.
Speaking as a teacher, even if you don't know the answer, you just write anything.
Yes, but I know which teacher's going to look at it. And if I just put my shopping list, she's going to go, what did you do that for?
I would have written, I don't know this because you didn't teach me this. Here's a list of the things you did teach me over the course of the last 10 weeks. List everything she taught you on what week, just to make the point that you were never taught it.
Well, everyone was the same. The fact is that she was off for 3 weeks at the start of the term. All I remember, because like most of it, there was like a quarter of it was on Northern Ireland, and I remember doing that lesson, but I don't remember learning anything in it. I really don't.
Good revision then. I remember the lesson.
Because it was like 2 slides on the different courts at like week 2. And then she gave us these Kahoots to do, go and say, yo, these are good revision, make sure you do them. So I did them at least 4 times. They did help with some of the questions, but the questions at the back, so there's 40 questions altogether, 31 multiple choice, which they were fine. Like some of them I was like, I'm not quite sure what that means, but most of them I got okay. But the last ones, the last 10 were worth 5 points each. So, because you had to like do sentences, and there's like 3 of them. I was like, I just don't know. And then when I came out and everybody else came out, they were saying, yeah, they had no idea what they were neither, because that lesson is taught really poorly, like really bad.
You realise that they could watch this?
I don't care.
You should have this conversation with them, not with them.
Yeah, but what can I do? All they say is, oh, we're sorry that we were off. What can we do? We got a student coming in and tell us what to do, but again, all she did was read off the board. So we weren't really learning anything, because we could do that at home. So, I don't know. But if I fail, it means I fail that whole module.
You won't fail, because that uni doesn't let people fail.
I don't know.
I do know. It all comes back to funding. If none of you understood it, then that means you all got that bit wrong, which means you'd all fail. For you all to fail, that means they'd have to close the course. And if they had to close the course, some of the lecturers would have to lose their jobs because they wouldn't be able to be redeployed at this point of the year. So
but they
on
teach
that,
people.
yeah, but it doesn't matter. They could rationalise and just make it so that, okay, we've perhaps got 4 lecturers at the moment. If we're removing a whole course, 3 lecturers can do that job. And we'll just spread them out between the other 4. No, they could just spread them out. This is how education works.
Yeah, but that's just one module. All my other modules go find my lab report.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
My poster.
My point is, the reason they can't let anybody fail the course is because if they do, they'll have to close the course, which means people will lose their jobs. So
no, because all they keep telling us is if we fail that, we have to resit it in between July and August.
They will tell you that. I assure you. Speaking as someone who's been through that same place. Speaking as someone who's been through that same place and seen it happen over and over again throughout the 3 years, where people graduated my degree who I'm not certain can spell degree. Plus, I've now seen it from the other side and understand the back end of how education works. No one's failing. You don't need to worry about anything.
Well, we get our results next week, so the 20 working day window is out the door, so we'll get it next week. So if we fail, or we need to do it again, I'll have to do it again next year. Well, the thing is, I had a mock exam. Well, we were supposed to have a mock exam yesterday, but because our teacher was off, they sent it through electronically. And I did it last night. There was like one thing I had to look up online because I was like, I know it's that one, but you've spelt it wrong. So I had to check that the spelling was right, because I thought, It was like toxin, fish that has toxin. You know, like a puffer fish.
The one that kills Homer Simpson.
I don't know, but it was like I was looking at it, and it had like the red squiggly line under it. And I'm thinking that's spelled wrong because the other ones didn't begin with a T. Because I remember beginning with a T. So I checked it with like spell check, and it was spelled wrong. So even that, but I did do quite okay on that.
Before you all attack me in the comments, I know Homer didn't die. He thought he was going to die.
Oh, you made a
Homer Simpson ate the Japanese fish, didn't he?
And
then he stayed up all. Then he said this was from like the early 90s, late 80s, and then he went to sleep listening to the audiobook thing. And then they came in the next morning. He was slumped in his chair, and they thought he was dead. But then his drool was still warm, so they knew he was alive. It's a good episode of The Simpsons. It's a classic.
You remember it?
Yes.
What did you have to do yesterday?
No idea. But this was one of the episodes of The Simpsons. But if you're in the UK, you'll know that in the sort of mid-90s, the BBC bought maybe the first 2 seasons of The Simpsons to show on BBC Two. And
I remember that.
But they only bought like the first 2 seasons.
Yeah.
So because it was on every night at 6 o'clock on BBC Two, and there was only 50 episodes, every 10 weeks the loop would begin again. So for like 2 or 3 years before it moved to Channel 4 or Sky, I don't know where it went after that.
It's on Channel 4 now, isn't it?
Yeah. But we watched that episode probably 3 or 4 times a year for 3 or 4 years. So yeah, I remember that episode. Anyway, what's in your box?
I don't know. Keep trying to open it, but then you make me angry again with all my talking.
I do make her angry quite a lot.
I spent today, right, I walked out of that lesson at like 12:15, and then for the next 4.5 hours I was doing my my other report. But my poster is fine.
Good. Do you want to know what I've done for most of the day?
Nothing.
For most of today I've done this.
Ooh. Ooh.
What have you got?
This is weird.
What is it?
It's James Reed Gradual Tan Sleep Mask Tan Face.
I see. What are you've got a tan? I was trying to play Football Manager there. Who is James Reed?
I don't know, but it's gradual.
Isn't James Reed the former Nottinghamshire wicketkeeper and England? Does he now tan stuff?
But it's a face sleep mask tan face.
It's not got instructions on it.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, they're in French.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, they're just
Colourless
small. It's
gel
basically the same.
Create a supple.
So, next time you see Anna, she'll have a tan. And so will I probably, because it's a big tube. Hold on, let's hold it up to the light. Let's hold it up to the light, see how much is in this one. Because someone was saying they can't believe this box cost however much it costs. And it's only got samplers in. I think it was like 45 quid for the whole box. But,
okay, that's not that bad.
The discussion in the comments was, someone said, can't believe you spent all that money on getting samplers. But then the counter argument, which I agree with, is, yeah, but there's 24 of them. So if it was £45, no, 24, it's an advent calendar. So for 24 of them at £45, you're looking at just over £2 per thing. And I don't think £2 each is too bad for these things, is it? These are worth more than £2.
Yeah, that thing I got for the eye was worth £6.
Yeah, so I think they're...
And the lipstick is like £8 that I got yesterday.
You couldn't expect full-size products, 24 of them, for that price. For full-size products, you'd have to spend a couple of £100 on the calendar, which I wouldn't do. Yeah, I'd mind that.
I would.
Right, in other news, outside of advent calendars, you may recall earlier in today's vlog, I was so excited telling you all about how Spotify works with Sky Q.
Oh, Kevin. I use it all the time, right? Never ever do I have a problem. He uses it and breaks the Skybox.
Do you use it through Sky?
Yes, all the time. I do podcasts for it, my music for it. Even now,
why didn't I know about this?
I told you come in.
I could be doing this in the garage every day.
Yes, you could.
I didn't know about this. I have to use my poxy little speakers.
But now I've fixed the computer. Yeah. I can put it.
Well, now you need to fix the Sky Q box, because every time we turn Sky on, it goes on for like 10 seconds, then flicks back over to an empty Spotify player that's not connected to my phone, because I turned my phone off.
Kaiser Chief, so I know it's connected.
Yeah, it was the last song I had on, but it's not working this afternoon.
Before Roo or after Roo?
Most of the day.
So after Roo.
Oh. No one knows what after Roo means.
After Andy, because don't they swear, Kaiser Chiefs, and scream a lot?
They scream a lot, but they don't swear.
And he says my music's bad.
We had music on the whole time.
And he let you?
He doesn't get a vote. He'd let
normally
me.
go upstairs.
Yeah, he's got nothing to do up there, has he?
No,
I'm not going to turn music off just because he wants... He had his TV on, he had the theme tune to Third Rock from the Sun blasting out of his iPad, and his DS on full volume, and he wanted something on the TV as well. I said, no.
On the TV? What?
He doesn't like it when the TV's off. So I turned it on and put some music on because we didn't need 2 different TV shows, a third on his iPad and his DS. I was busy playing Football Manager on my laptop, working on my laptop because I have to get to the point where I can make my next video, so it is work. And yeah, I put music on.
That thing about him
not
having stuff upstairs is great. I've not had to wash the carpet in weeks.
Good.
It's great.
And on that note, we shall see you lot tomorrow. If you've enjoyed today's vlog, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up for us. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more. Take one last look at our untanned faces because the next time you see us...
You're not having any on.
What? Take one last look at her untanned face. Next time you see her, she's going to be very tanned.
I need to... Yeah, but I'll need to sit around here and then I'll need to...
If you look like one of those reality TV people, you're moving out.
I don't know. It says gradual.
Thanks very much for watching.